Hello and welcome to TTV News, some latest events in the province and around the country. Ladies and gentlemen, on the morning of March 26, Mr. Nguyễn Hồng Thành, Action Chairman of the TayNinhTV Provincial People Committee, along with leaders of prevalent departments, have a meeting with the YCH Group from Singapore, led by Mr. Yap Quang Quen, CEO of Vietnam Superpark, with the subsidiaries of the group.
During the visit, the YCH representatives also surveyed the mobile barricade area and the surrounding area of the TayNinhTV's logistic project to assess the actual conditions and study the necessary factors for implementing the project. The group and provincial leaders are in the process of discussing a memorandum of understanding with the key areas of cooperation. The group will also promote connections and modernize logistic infrastructure, encourage the application of advanced technology, and develop high-quality logistic human resources locally. Mr. Nguyễn Hồng Thành stated that TayNinhTV has streamlined its organizational structure, reducing the number of departments. This will create significant favorable conditions for businesses in carrying out investment, construction, and environmental procedures.
The audience on the afternoon of March 26, Action Chairman of the TayNinhTV Provincial People Committee, Nguyễn Hồng Thành, chairs the meeting of the organizing committee for activity to commemorate the 50th anniversary of Southern Vietnam liberation, along with the 50th anniversary of TayNinh's liberation on April 30.
According to the plan, TayNinhTV will organize the following events: a display space showcasing artifacts and products related to economic, cultural, social achievements and national security and defense after 15 years of the province's liberation, a trade and industrial fair showcasing outcome products and local specialties of TayNinhTV for 2025. A display and demonstration of the province's intangible cultural heritage, and an arts program commemorating the 50th anniversary of the province's liberation with the theme TayNinhTV 50 Years of Construction and Development. At an outdoor stage in the open space area of Xuân Hồng Park, TayNinhTV, the events are expected to take place on April 29, 2025. At the meeting, Mr. Nguyễn Hồng Thành emphasized that the main focus of the activities should be meaningful in terms of gratitude, with high political and ideological education value, while ensuring practicality, safety, and cost efficiency. Therefore, relevant departments and agencies need to cooperate and expedite work to ensure that everything is in place for the 50th anniversary of Southern liberation and national reunification in full compliance with regulations. On the morning of March 26, at the Sunrise Hotel, the Business Association, in collaboration with the Young Entrepreneurs Association and the Tourism Association of the province, organized the March 2025 Business Coffee Program. With the theme TayNinhTV Policy, a communist business in digital transformation, representatives from the Department of Administrative Management and Social Order, the Traffic Police Department, and the Immigration Department of TayNinhTV Policy guided businesses and organizations participating in the program on how to use electronic identification on the VNeID app, as well as how to use VNeID in electronic transactions. Additionally, information on the police management work after the abolition of the district-level police was shared. Businesses can now carry out administrative procedures at the local level. Measures to prevent and warn about online scams were also shared, helping businesses improve their awareness and protect their information security in the digital environment. As part of the Youth Minh 2025 activities to celebrate the 94th anniversary of the Ho Chi Minh Communist Youth Union, TayNinhTV Provincial Youth Union, the Vietnam Youth Alliance Association of TayNinhTV Province, Tân Châu District, and the Saigon Corp Youth Union of Ho Chi Minh City organized the program March at the Border in Tân Hoa, Kham Mueang. Many meaningful activities took place here, such as the inauguration of a children's play area for ethnic minority children at the Rong House of Công Trang Hamlet in Tân Hoa Cam Miêu, the inauguration of a border patrol lighting project with a 3.3 km stretch and 25 solar power lights at KK Border Control Station. Under Tống Lê Trân Border Gas Station, the awarding of 20 scholarships to poor, excellent students, and organizing free medical checkups and distributing gifts to over 100 elderly people and disadvantaged children. The total cost of organizing the program was over 150 million Vietnam dong.
Ladies and gentlemen, on the occasion of 94th anniversary of the founding of Ho Chi Minh Community Youth Union on March 26, the youth of TayNinhTV not only honor its beautiful traditional value, but also express their deep gratitude to the previous generation, those who dedicated their youth to the cause of national liberation.
The union members, young people of the former Youth Union agencies at the Central Office for the South Vietnam, now older but the deep memories, still willingly travel a long distance to return their base art to remember their comrades who heroically sacrificed their life, never having a chance to enjoy a day of peace. With passion and a spirit of dedication, they contributed greatly to the victory of the revolution. To honor these heroic historical moments, the Traditional Resistance Club of Youth Union agencies at the Central Office for the South Vietnam, in cooperation with TayNinhTV Provincial Youth Union, organized a seminar and exchange program for 2 generations with the theme "Brought Under the Greatest Flags of the Youth Union." During this trend, the Youth Union members had the opportunity to listen to stories about the previous generation's dedication to revolutionary ideals, their determination to fight, and their contributions to the national liberation cause. What's important for me is work of the Youth Union, which is to build people, and that is crucial, being loyal to the union and having trust in the party. The youth must promote 2 important values: commitment to the revolutionary cause and enthusiasm for striving and contributing to the revolution in terms of ideology. Secondly, as young people, their conduct actions should reflect their responsibility. The youth of TayNinhTV also expressed their profound gratitude for the sacrifice and contributions of former union members and youth. I feel so lucky to have born in a time of peace, listening to the stories of the past heroic resistance struggles that our elders went through. I feel deeply moved by their determination for national independence and freedom. They didn't hesitate to give their youth. Through this exchange, I realized I need to work harder, strive to pass on the fire to future union members, and confidently march forward under the party's flag. I will also strive to study and follow the style of President Ho Chi Minh. The stories of the previous generations, steadfast in their revolutionary ideals, not only serve as a source of encouragement for today's youth to continue to promote their energy, resilience, and intelligence in building the homeland, but also have strengthened the connection between the generations who fought for the independence and freedom of the country and today's youth, who are continuing to inherit and promote the proud traditions of the nation.
Turn to domestic news. In our meeting with Teng Xi Leung, the second Minister of Trade and Industry of Singapore, Deputy Prime Minister Nguyễn Chí Dũng emphasized 2 key contents to promote economic cooperation between Vietnam and Singapore, including closer collaborations in science and technologies, innovation, and strengthening the connection between the private businesses of both countries, supporting them to participate in global value chains.
He praised the effective operation of the network of 18 Vietnam-Singapore industrial parks, which have met Vietnam's development needs well. He stated that, in the current context, it is necessary to operate and develop new generation Vietnam-Singapore industrial parks that are sustainable, smart, innovative, and enhance environmental and social responsibility. The Deputy Prime Minister expressed confidence that the Vietnam-Singapore Innovation Talent Exchange Program will be effectively implemented in the near future and urged relevant ministries and agencies of both sides to continue discussions, finalize procedures, and launch the program quickly. Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính has recently signed and issued Directive Number 10 on promoting the development of small and medium enterprises, with the goal of rigorously implementing the target of developing them quickly and sustainably, striving to add at least 1 million more businesses by 2030. The private sector, with a focus on small and medium enterprises, accounts for about 98% of all active businesses in the economy, contributing more than 50% of GDP, 30% of total state budget revenue, and generating over 40 million jobs, which makes up more than 82% of the total workforce in the economy. However, small and medium enterprises still face many challenges in developing quickly and sustainably. The Prime Minister has called on ministries, agencies, and localities to continue to implement consistently and effectively the viewpoints, orientations, goals, tasks, and solutions outlined, aiming to remove obstacles and difficulties and create the best conditions for these businesses to thrive.
The audience on March 25th, the issue of businesses the act of littering in canals and ditches, especially kinds of hazardous waste, is not only highly condemnable due to the significant environmental pollution, but it also poses the risk of spreading disease into the community. However, in practice, the harmful behavior still happens frequently as they are rarely penalized.
Along National Highway 22B from Goyo to Hoa Thanh Thao, it is not difficult to spot heaps of just like this. Waste collection units have often conducted cleanup operations, but after a short period, the situation returns to the same stage. This is an image of a section of the canal flowing under the Rạch Deuy Bridge in Hoa Thanh Thao. Floating trash space like this at a common sight. Along the canal, harmful waste such as used pesticide packaging is also carelessly discarded. I don't know when the people started growing just here, but it has made the canal unclean and affected the environment. Fish and other aquatic life in the canal are dying. The landscape is also unsightly. The authorities need to take action to advise the public. The act of littering in canals, especially with hazardous waste like pesticide containers and dead animals, creates serious risk to the environment and public health. Additionally, there are cases of just being rolled near the openings of drains, blocking them and obstructing the flow in some canals. However, in practice, very few people are caught in the act and fined, which means the issue of littering in canals remains unresolved. Littering will be fined up to 2 million Vietnam dong, so the issue is really about enforcing the law. We need to delegate responsibilities more specifically, including the role of local authorities in protecting the environmental areas. For instance, using cameras from residential homes and adding cameras at key locations to detect littering behavior, similar to traffic fires, could make people reconsider whether to pay a few thousand Vietnam dong for waste disposal achievement or face a penalty of several million Vietnam dong at once. In addition to advising and increasing supervision of littering offences, the Department of Agriculture and Environment has set up collection points for pesticide packaging so that people can dispose of them properly. These items are then collected, transported, and disposed of safely by relevant agencies. Currently, the province has equipped 345 pesticide packaging containers across the area. This is a step forward, forming the habit of collecting and properly disposing of pesticide packaging by farmers. On the morning of March 26, Da Nang City People's Committee organized the opening ceremony of the Da Nang Development and Integration Exhibition to celebrate the 95th anniversary of the founding of the city's party organization and the 50th anniversary of the liberation of Da Nang. This exhibition is an opportunity for Da Nang to showcase its potential, strengths, and achievements over the years, as well as its future directions to the people, partners, and businesses, both domestically and internationally, aiming to maximize the city's development potential in relation to the region and the entire country. Recently, at the scenic riverside stage of Hương River, Huế City People's Committee solemnly held the opening ceremony for the National Tourism Year Huế 2025 with the theme Huế, the Ancient Capital, a New Era, in conjunction with the Huế Festival 2025. Attending the ceremony, General Politburo Member Permanent Secretary of the Party Central Committee Trần Cẩm Tú, Vice Chairman of the National Assembly Vũ Hồng Thành, and Deputy Prime Minister Mai Văn Chính. Right after the opening ceremony, an art program titled The Previous Confession was performed, consisting of repasts, the mythical history of a river, which recreated important historical milestones of Huế, rivers of convergence, which showcased the cultural exchange between regions and international connections, and the new flow of rivers, reflecting the strong development and innovation of Huế. The art program left an impression and wonderful experience for the audience and tourists, offering them a deep appreciation of this mystical capital, heroic, sacred, beautiful, and rich in cultural identity, which is friendly, warm, and hospitable people.
Ladies and gentlemen, in Ninh Hòa Quarter, Ninh Thành Ward, TayNinhTV City, as mentioned in Miss Lê Ngọc Anh, everyone showed respect and affection. Her image of PG attending quarter meeting and participating in community activity has become familiar and dear to everyone. At 96 years old, she remains dedicated to her work with the front, always taking the lead of evaluation movements, contributing to building an increasingly civilized and clean residential area.
Having started working with the brand in 2015, Ms. Ngọc Anh is always deeply aware of her role in promoting unity among the people and effectively implementing the policies of the party and state. She not only propagates but also actively participates and sets an example in every movement and action. Miss Anne regularly visits here and encourages the women in this community. It's very good. She's always cheerful and friendly with the people here. Recently, Miss Ngọc Anh has campaigned to build a green, clean, and beautiful quarter, and I see very good results. The people here are all supportive. I see this program brings practical benefits to everyone's life. Therefore, we make the best effort to ensure people understand and work together to implement it. In 2024, she, along with the French Work Committee of the Quarter, organized a campaign for 300 gifts worth over 100 million Vietnam dong, bringing joy and warmth to many less fortunate families. Additionally, she frequently collaborates with the police and local authorities in maintaining public order, focusing on raising people's awareness, preventing crime, and contributing to building a safe community free from social vices. She has been very proactive in quickly implementing the campaigns among the people and mobilizing the parties to support the propaganda work. She has always led by example in movements and has supported the people in social welfare efforts. After 10 years of dedication to the brand's work, the greatest gift that Ms. Ngọc Anh has received from her years of service is the affection and trust that people have for her. This is a strong motivation, inspiring her to continue contributing and spreading positive values to the community, working together to build a more prosperous Ninh Thành.
That's all for today, TTV News. Thank you for being with us, and goodbye for now.